Hey folks, today we're going to play the custom B.P.R.D. archives game that I set up for Hellboy the board game. It's going to be a kind of a simple playthrough of a short game, and it's all coming up right after this. Hey YouTube, this is Pecktec, and I guess maybe last year at some point I did some how to play, or I did sort of a learning Hellboy playthrough where we played through the opening scenario. Since then I've played this game quite a few more times. I'm a lot better at it now than I used to be, and that's what happens when you play things over and over again. I've already kind of laid out the board for the most part. I picked my characters and the 7 points of gear that the characters get. We'll go over a lot of that briefly. I would do the whole setup, but that could be a video on its own. There's actually quite a lot. Probably the big downfall to Hellboy the board game is that it really takes a long time to set up one of these games. There's a lot, especially if you've got like the big box set and you've got an expansive set of cards. I mean, it's not a terribly long time, but it's definitely something you'd want to plan for. If you were going to play this game with some friends, for instance, you'd probably want to have this down and ready on a board someplace before they even show up, because frankly, if they sit and wait for you to pull all the stuff together that you need to pull together, it could get quite bored in between. So unless you want to put them off at another table, playing another game while you get this one set up, I would definitely consider going ahead and putting the board all the way together. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Okay, folks, and here we are pretty much all set up for the Hellboy game. I've gone through and started the setup. Of course, the top card on my archives was this, which translates to the map you see here. It had me pull some Deck of Doom cards, one for each of the characters that we're going to be playing with, and also these cards, and one unexpected threat. Next, it gave me the cards that we're going to use for the encounter cards, and you denote like how many players you're going to play. So I did a 3-player game this time. So with 3 players, it tells me how many of those cards to pull and gives you some instructions with them. So also on the bottom of this card, it instructs you to put a marker there on the information gathered track, and then one here. So if we gather enough information to get to here, we get to flip this card over and see what's going on there. These cards are here because of the unexpected threat. It tells you specific types of cards to pull, and then you put the stack up here. So after I pulled that one, I got this case file. And this one outlined the types of enemies that we're going to have. And in this one, we've got a bat swarm, wolf, harpy, and a witch. The witches. It also tells you where to put a marker on the Doom track. So this maybe triggers the Confrontation or something. And so it told me to put, and that's by the number of players too, so it told me to put a marker there. And then I just put the corresponding one here. So if I get to here, then I'll pull that card and flip it over. Pretty simple, really. Oh, and on the initial setup, when I set this up and I pulled out the encounter cards, it says just to put them all here. And I did that until I got to this card. And on this card it said to go find some cards with this icon, which I had to go back in and dig out some of those and put them on ones that had a logo on them. So if you look on the map setup, you'll see that there are little icons here. So I put one of those on each of these. These icons are, of course, different, and different scenarios will give you different options for this, but in general, it'll also tell you this. Like the past couple that I've played have been like this, where it'll say, go find one of something like that, and put them in here, and it tells you what they represent. Like for this mission, it says, a number of different psychics have reported a strange phenomenon. All evidence is pointing to some kind of arcane ritual. Track it down and put an end to it. Okay? So I'm supposed to shuffle together those cards and deal one face down into each of those rooms, which I've done. Then flip this over. When a point of interest is placed, spawn a minion D in the same area and put a marker cube on it. This minion is an acolyte and increases its resilience by 2. That's not good. When an acolyte is defeated, its point of interest is moved into the play area. When all 3 points of interest are in the play area, discard this card. Then discard cards from the case file until you reach the Showdown. Then flip it. Move this card to the in-play area and begin the first round. Discard the card when the confrontation begins. Yeah, the in-play area is at the top of the board, and it's kind of a reminder for all the different things that are going on. This is the discard when you don't need that card anymore. It kind of goes into here. And as you pull stuff off of here, then you always read the next card. So let's see what's next. This looks to be a twist. This is a tracker. Advance the tracker each time an agent defeats a minion. When the marker cube reaches the red space, discard the cube and flip this card. That's not a lot of minions. This game comes with a number of little cubes. And we're going to use this to mark our minion tracker. Alright, so now that I know what the lesser bad guys are going to be, I've pulled them out. Pulled out their trade, kind of get them ready. And of course we've got the good guys. We got Hellboy. And the only extra equipment he took was the Ancient Blade. I've got Lobster Johnson. He's got a couple of things too. He's got armor-piercing ammo and field dressings, because he's pretty weak. We've also got Liz, and she took a lot of gear. She's got the backup sidearm, armor-piercing ammo, and field dressing. And here they are right at the start, ready to begin the adventure. Normally, it would be the enemy phase, but there's no enemies activated right now, so we'll go right to the agent phase. And Hellboy is going to take a free investigate action right here. Looks like we got kind of a special card. There's a special rule at the bottom of this card that says inspirational scripture, and basically if we get a clue out of this, then we get to take a cube back for investigating it. That's new. I've never seen that one before. That's cool. And you see these examining cards have 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. I like to pop these down here so I can remember any special rules that come up. And we've got a scenery 1, put a little chair there. We've got a clue and a Sinister Bird. Then we've got a witch and a harpy. That's a minion D, minion C, according to up here. So here we have a Sinister Bird, which is a little bit different than what you might have seen in the core game. It has its own special rules. Basically, you treat them like a frog swarm as far as getting rid of them and stuff. They're not really an enemy you can attack. You have to clear them. And in the Doom phase, let's see. So agents downgrade 1 die from any test that you take for each Sinister Board that's on the table. So that's terrible. In the Doom phase, draw a card from the deck of Doom for each Sinister Bird on the board. If there are no Sinister Birds on the board, draw 1 as normal. So that's kind of terrible too. In the End phase, if there are 3 or more Sinister Birds on the board, each one is removed and replaced with a harpy. If there are not enough harpies, the lead agent chooses which Sinister Bird are replaced and any others stay as they are. Very interesting. So definitely don't want these things around. All right, so let's see if we can clear the room here. I want to make it so we can get to that Sinister Bird without having to pass through an enemy. So Hellboy is going to go ahead and move up for 1 cube. Get everybody's action cubes ready. So Hellboy is going to move up for 1 cube. And then he's going to do the big right hook attack right here. Now Hellboy's punch is normally red dice. That's what the red indicates there. And the Ancient Blade will increase 1. The other thing it'll do is when I roll a B.R.P.D result, then I can double 1 of the die, in addition to anything else that comes out. So normally it'd be like this. It'd be one of these rolls. I'm not going to put that up. So normally it would be this, but we've got this thing on the board, so this one is kind of negated and it's back to its normal roll. So we're going to hit her and see if we can slam her into this thing. We do 3 extra damage. Her resilience is 2, so we'll just take this away. And her damage, or her health, is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the +3 damage for the attack just kills her. But she flies over here and she slams into the harpy. So when you do that, it automatically does an orange die's worth of damage. So that's one wound, leaving this harpy with 3 lives left. We've killed a minion, so we're going to move this up 1. And now he's done all he can do. And it's time for the next agent. So I think what's going to happen, there's a chance that Liz could get this done. So she's going to move for 1 cube. She's going to move here and then here. And I think what she's going to do, she's going to go ahead and just clear that bird. I want to make sure that is done. So she's cleared the bird. It's gone now. And now she can take a shoot action with what she has left, which is the red actions here. So clear that. She gets 3 red and a B.R.P.D. B.P.R.D, excuse me. I'm getting that wrong. Alright, she gets this. That'll let me change it to anything I want, and we'll just make that a 2. And let's see. The harpy has a resistance of 1, which does 4 damage, which is much more than it had. It is dead. And another minion track is moved up. That just leaves Lobster Johnson. And Lobster Johnson, for free action, is going to flip over his goggles so he can better investigate. This will give him the ability to upgrade 1 die in all shoot and examines. So he's going to come in. So that's 1 move. And he can examine this clue. He's actually not great at examining. So he's going to, instead of using 1 cube to do that, he's going to use 2. And that plus the goggles will let him upgrade 2 of his dice, which is a little bit better chance. So they go from orange to red. So he's looking at that for his examine. Come on, Lobster. Alright, so he's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to give us more than 6. We can increase by 2. Boop, boop. And here it says they also get one of their cubes back. So he gets a cube back. He's actually going to just take that and he's going to apply his armor-piercing ammo. This armor-piercing ammo, you have to spend a cube to install this on your character, but what it does is you flip it over to the loaded side. Shoot tests with this weapon count target's resilience as being 2 lower. Then discard this weapon when it runs out of ammo. Very nice. Alright, so that's loaded. He's all good to go. It's the end of the phase. The clue has been gathered. And looking over at our cheat sheet, it would be the rest phase, which we're not going to do, so we go straight to the doom phase. The doom phase, of course, means we're going to flip this card over and see what happens. Bad temper. Put this card next to Hellboy's agent board. Each round, one of Hellboy's actions can only be spent to make a fight action. It cannot be spent in any other way. Discard this card when Hellboy suffers an injury or the agent takes time. Alright. So Hellboy's mad. Just put that up here with his other cards. Actually not super bad. Then we go to the enemy phase, or the end phase. There's nothing to deal with, no birds, no frogs, no nothing. So on to the next thing, which is that would be the enemy phase. There's no enemies there, so on to the agent phase. For a free action, I'm going to take this, flip over this card. We're going to see what we got. We got a cabinet, minion C, frog swarm, and a scenery, and a minion A. So note that a cabinet has 2 cubes on it. These are worth, each of these can heal 2 wounds. So they're kind of like little medical kits stuck on the cabinet there. And of course, if this is destroyed because somebody goes in there and womps on it, then it could be an issue. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to use Hellboy, kind of like we did before. He's going to spend 1 cube to move in. Here he comes, 1, 2. He's going to do his big punch. Normally 3 reds, but because of Ancient Blade, he gets one of these and one of these. Alright, so the Harpy has a resilience of 1, so that would be that gone. And then 3, 4, 5, 6. So that basically just turns this Harpy into pure feathers. Marks this goes up 1. But before that happens, it gets flung over here. It would have an extra 3 points of damage, so it's way dead. It gets flung over here though, and does an orange damage to this minion. Which is 0. Alright, so nothing happens there. Now I think this is probably overkill. He's going to move up 1. And you know what? I'll have him no. He's going to move up 1 and shoot at those bats. Alright, so that's him moving over. And then he's going to, why not just kind of go all out? No. Should I take a regular shot? These bats, well, they got a lot of health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do his special move, which is a hail of bullets. And that lets him make up to 3 shoot actions. He upgrades 1 of his dice because he has his goggles on. So the 3 orange turn to 2 orange and a red. And then the B.R.P.D. dice. And he gets to do this 3 times at this bat. Now there is scenery in the room. So 1 point of damage is going to go to that scenery right off the bat. Normally there would be no resilience, but this has a resilience of 0 anyway, so... Alright, so times 2 would make this a 4. Take this away. So this is gone, this piece of scenery. It's taking 1 of these damages, so we'll just do that. Alright? So we've got 4, 5. Leaving that bat with 1 health. And that's just the first shot. And that second shot basically finishes the bat off, and he is gone. which leaves Liz free to, she's going to spend 1 die to move up here, boop, boop. She's going to spend another die, or another cube, to clear the frog swarm. She's going to spend another die to stoke her flames. She's just going to go up a little bit. How does that work? Advance the living flame tracker by 1 or 2. I'm going to go up 2. Alright. So all our agents are done. I'm going to go ahead and put their cubes back. All our agents are done. We're in the end phase, or the doom phase. And or the rest phase, I guess, technically. But we don't need to rest. We have no wounds. And all this has been done. Oh, wait. When I cleared that last one, this should have moved up. Alright, so we're all the way at the end. Let's see what happens here. There've been a bunch of pushovers so far. So why are the hairs on the back of your neck standing up? Ugh. Put this card into play. Add 1 to the resilience of all enemies while this card is in play. If at least 2 agents forgo their rest action when they take time, discard this card. Oh no. So everything automatically has an extra bit of resilience, and this will go up in the in-play area so we remember what's going on. Yee. Do not flip this card until instructed. Okay. Mysterious. Okay, Doom phase. Let's take a look at the Doom card. Surging Fire. Put this next to Liz's agent board. If the living flame tracker advances while this card is in play, advance it 1 additional space. Liz can spend 3 action cubes to discard this card. Discard this card automatically if the agent takes time. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now Liz has got something going on with her. We'll put that here. And we're all the way back. Let's see. So I've kind of got 2 directions I can go. I really could use some more clues. We're just about to get a clue there. I guess let's take a look with a free action. Either one of these guys could have done that. So we're going to flip this over. And let's see, we've got a clue, which we really needed. Frog swarm, point of interest, which if we remember from up there means that's a ritual taking place in a minion A, which are bats. Okay. Also at the bottom here, bad omens. In the end phase, if there are any minions in this room, the lead agent sets up a frog swarm in the area containing the point of interest. Oh gosh, okay. So it looks like we just need to make sure that by the end phase there are no minions in this room, which is going to be pretty easy to start with since there's only 1 minion right there. We'll put the card at the top just to kind of remember. But also, what happens with that? Okay, so if you guys remember from up there, we'll pull this card back for the special rule because it's finally come up. That counts as a ritual site. We're going to put a minion D down. They count as an acolyte and have an increased resilience of 2. So that combined with that other card that's over there means that this witch here has a resistance of +3. So she goes from 2 to 5. She has a resilience of 5. I'm going to take this teeny tiny little dice and just put this here to help remind myself that she's an acolyte with a resilience of 5. That's going to make it a little tougher to clear this room. Thankfully, it's just a bat swarm right here. Alright, so here's how we're going to do this. We definitely want to make sure, make this the priority for our attacks. But it'd be really nice if this bat were out of the way. So I think what we're going to do is Lobster Johnson is going to take another shot at those bats. Let's go ahead and spend 2, do his special Hail of Lead attack. is armor-piercing bullets. So there is no resilience, even with that extra card there. There's no resilience there. With his goggles on, he increases one of his dice to this. And I'm gonna shoot at those bats. Come on, come on. Alright, so that's 2 damage. I'm just gonna put these down here. So there's 4 more left on those bats. He's got 2 more rolls. That's a re-roll. I believe I can re-roll as many of those dice as I want. Okay, so 3 more, and then 1 last shot. Oh yeah, those bats are dead. Then with his last cube, he's going to go ahead and just move. Boop. He's going to move over here. Now I believe it's Liz's turn. And Liz is going to move right here. And she is going to do a flame blast. That's only 1 cube. Ranged weapon. This attack inflicts fire damage and the living flame level at the... Okay. So wherever the living flame level is, we're going to get that increased to the roll. So we're going to go and put this here. So Liz is, she has red for her shoot. So she's going to be 3 red dice and a B.R.P.D. Oh, she got a reroll. Alright. So that witch is a resilience of 5, which is all of this. But the flames are at +2, so I'm going to take it all the way back down. And that means 2 damage on the witch. Well, let's see, let's count up. So she has a health of 5, so that means she has 3 health left. And the place is on fire now. You know what? I think she'll finish up with a shot from her sidearm. She has not loaded her armor-piercing ammo, which would be really handy. So maybe it'd be better to shoot the flames again, because she'd get at least a +1. I think it's kind of marginal. Yeah, we'll just do the flames again. Alright, she got the B.R.P.D. symbol. We'll make that a ×2. And that would make this a 6, 7, -5. Leaves 2. Alright, Hellboy, we really need you to finish this lady off. 1 cube to move. Boop. Boop. Just move right in here with her. We'll just give her a regular punch. So that'd normally be like this, but the Ancient Blade lets me add that in there. Alright, so there's the resilience, which is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 1 damage I needed left kills her out. So the Acolyte is dead. That leaves me with 1 cube left. I'm going to use that to clear this fire. Okay, so that's all cleared out. On to the rest phase. We're not resting. We're not resting right now. And then straight to the doom phase. Doom phase. Noise is up ahead. Advance the impending doom track. Then put this card in play. The next time a room is explored, spawn an additional minion C, then discard the card. Okay. So we're going to have to remember an extra harpy. There'll be an extra harpy come out next time a room is explored. That's fine. That's all fine. And also, this impending doom track is going up by 1, which is good. We've actually had a few cards out and have yet to increase the doom track. Although we still have Hellboy with his card and Liz with hers. And we're back to the agent phase. Now he's right here and all set to investigate. Hellboy, he actually, his investigate is the same. That's the eyeball there. But he has seen it all before. Once per round, when Hellboy spends an action cube to upgrade a test die on the examine test for himself or another agent, upgrade 2 dice rather than 1. Alright. So I think for 1 die, everybody gets their cubes back. So for 1, Hellboy's going to move over. And he's going to give a cube to Lobster Johnson so he can increase, so he can, for his test. So I'm going to put that here. All right, so he's going to give a cube to Lobster Johnson to help increase his test. Lobster's going to take a test. He's got the goggles on, which will upgrade 1 die. So normally Lobster Man will be looking at that. His goggles are going to give him one of these, and Hellboy assisting him gives him this, and then his B.R.P.D. dice. Here's Lobster Johnson's investigate roll. Alright, so 4, 5, 6. 6 is the magic number that gets us 2. 1, 2. This is a 4. We get to take this, throw it on his board. Congratulations, you found a clue. Lobster's got 2 actions left. I'm going to move and clear the frog swarm. If I'd had 2 of those frog swarms at the doom phase, I'd have to increase the doom track by 1. We only had 1, so that's fine. And there were no minions in here, so I didn't have to spawn anything else, so that's good too. Or move the doom track up again. Hellboy has 1 cube left. He's going to exit the building. Liz has all of her cubes left. She's actually just going to spend... She's going to spend all 3 of her actions to just get rid of this card. Kind of wimpy, but I don't want to deal with that increase in her fire. That can be kind of dangerous. So we'll go ahead and discard that. And that's the end. Rest phase, nobody's resting. Doom phase. Ancient Curse. Use target priority and choose an agent. Put this card next to... the next time a B.R.P.D. symbol is rolled during a test for that agent, treat it as a skull instead. Oh gosh, and target priority means Hellboy gets that card. So he's got a couple of little issues there. And because we use target priority, everybody gets moved down the track. And he's now in back. Alrighty, so we're all back in action. Everybody gets their cubes back. And let's see. I think Hellboy will move for 1. You know what? Boop, boop. We're going to do Liz. Liz is going to move up 1. Boop, boop. She's going to do a free investigate. And here we have a frog swarm. A minion C. And as you recall, there's another minion C. We'll just go ahead and put it right there. Then we have a minion A and a clue. Alright, so minion A, which is bats. And a clue. Just stick this clue right here in the corner. Alright. Now, normally the harpies have a resilience of 1, but I have to remember that because of that card up there, these guys have a resilience of 2. And she's going to go ahead and just shoot into that room. She gets the 3 red dice. And I'll pick either harpy. Oh, God. This means that, that the top gun is, or the top die is negated. And normally, this would make her gun unloaded, but she has the backup sidearm, so what does it say? If you roll a skull when using this weapon, flip the card, in addition to the normal effects of a skull result. So this backup sidearm basically takes the hit for this, and this one's out of ammo. I can reload this card by spending 2 action cubes, or for free when the agents take time. So, alright, so my backup sidearm is empty. That still leaves me with 6, however. Resilience of 2 means this is 4 damage, and the harpy has a health of 4, killing a harpy. Die, harpy, die. She has 1 more attack, so let's go ahead and do that again. Try not to roll a skull this time. Alright, so the harpy has a resilience of 2, that would be 2 damage, leaving 2 more damage, or 2 more health, that is, on this harpy. Next up we'll do this guy. He's going to go 1, 2 for 1 cube. And then another 1 for another cube. And then he's going to shoot with his armor-piercing ammo. So he gets to increase 1 of his dies for his goggles. And he ignores the AP, so, or the resilience, because armor-piercing ammo. Alright, that's a reroll, which I don't think I'm going to reroll, because that's plenty enough to kill it. So, whoop, that one's dead. And that's his stuff. Hellboy's going to come in. Doot, doot. And, let's see. Normally that would be a resilience of 0, but because of that card, it has a resilience of 1. Yeah, wow, what's he gonna do? You know what? Hellboy might just take a shot at it. He's a really bad shot, though. This gun automatically puts 5 damage. No, you know what? Hellboy's just gonna walk over. He's got 1 more die to walk over, and then punch it. So there's his attack with the Ancient Blade, upgrading 1 of his dice. And with the resilience of 1, that does 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1 damage left on this bat. Ooh. And it's the rest phase, or not resting, Doom phase. Visions of the future. Advance the impending Doom track. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck of Doom. Shuffle them. Return them face down into the deck. Okay. So top 3 cards. Careless. Advance the impending Doom track. Choose an agent to get Inferno in its area. Oh. So somebody's going to catch fire. Reinforcements. Advance the impending Doom track. Spawn a minion A and a B. And from the shadows, advance the pending Doom track, use target bar to choose an agent, and then spawn a minion. Okay, so basically we're either going to catch fire or minions are going to show up. I'm supposed to like shuffle this and put them back. I'm not sure, like... Alright. I have no idea where things are, but I'm just going to put those back. Advance the impending doom track as it instructed me. And that's it. Alright, now we're to the enemy phase, and we actually have an enemy barely alive. The bat says, territorial, this enemy replaces its cowardly tag with brawler tag. If there's an agent in the same area, that just means it's going to come over and attack. Overwhelming at the end phase. Agents in the same area as one of these more bat swarms refresh one fewer action cube. Okay. And we're already at the end phase, or past the end phase, so we're going to give Hellboy only gets 2 cubes this turn. I have to remember that. We'll go ahead and put everybody's cubes back. Alright. And this thing's going to attack. Its melee attack is 5. Wow, that's a lot. Hellboy's save is orange. Orange dice and the B.P.R.D dice. B.P.R.D dice. Okay. Bats attacking Hellboy. Or Hellboy defending from the bat's attack of 5. And he easily defends himself. 4, 5, 6. So no wounds from that. And straight into the agent phase. I think I'll just take a turn, swat that thing. Ancient Blade upgrades one of the dice. And he is dead. You only have 1 wound, 1 resilience. And for a free action, I'm going to investigate this room here. Got another point of interest, I see. Ancient Portal. Put a trigger marker in Area 1 and a reaction marker on Minion C's card. In each end phase, spawn a Minion A and a Minion C in that area. Discard this card and the markers if the agent takes time. So Minion C, a point of interest, which of course means a witch with a resilience of 4, but because of that card, it's a resilience of 5. We also have a Sinister Bird. Oh, those are terrible. And Scenery 2, which we'll just put a little bit bigger chair here. And a Frog Swarm. Okay, just all kinds of terribleness in this. And if it wasn't bad enough, we got a reaction marker here. C and Minion C right there. Alright. Hellboy has one thing left to do. I think I'll go ahead and shoot my gun. I'm going to shoot the gun, as terrible as it is, here. And, so he's a terrible shot. It's a terrible shot, so this would be his roll. He does get a +5, so if I hit it all, I'll do some damage. This might be a waste. And because of that bird, I actually go down 1 dice. So I'm really looking at this. These dice only have 1s on them. I don't think it's even worth it. Maybe that's not the best way to go. Hellboy's going to stand there and think about what he wants to do next. Alright, so Hellboy's got 1 action left. And there is a clue right there that would be handy. So I think what happens next is Liz? Yeah, Liz is gonna... She probably doesn't have to move. I believe she could shoot, actually, from where she is, but Hellboy would be in between them. So she's gonna move over here, doop, doop. And she's gonna shoot, she's actually gonna spend She's going to spend an action cube to put in the armor-piercing ammo. It counts resilience as 2 lower. Is it worth it? Yeah. And then she's going to spend her last cube to shoot. Alright. Normally she would be at 3 red. That menacing bird means it's going to be 2 red and a yellow. Alright, Liz's shoot roll. She's shooting at the witch. Resilience of 3 with the armor-piercing ammo. Alright, so that 3 goes away for the resilience, and that's 3 damage, and the witch is health 5, and she's got 2 more. And that is all of Liz's turn. Let's go ahead and bring in Lobster Johnson, and he's going to... he'll take a shot. Normally his goggles would have given him 1 red die, but the bird downgrades one of the dice, so that's kind of cancels that out. So he's got oranges coming in at the witch. We need 2 damage. That is probably almost the best roll he could have done. So resilience of 3 because of the armor-piercing ammo means he did 4 damage, which will kill the acolyte. She is dead. Right, so Lobster Johnson has cleared out the witch, but I've still got this harpy, still got this bird, and there's only 1 action cube left. That means I'm not going to be able to clear this bird out, or the frogs. And I've got this harpy still on the loose, but I do have 1 more shot. So his normal shot would be that, and then I would upgrade for the goggles, but then take 1 away for the bird. I'm left with this again. The harpy has a resilience of 1, plus 1 because of that special card, the twist. This is good for a reroll. Alright, so the twist means that's gone. The harpy has 4 health. So that's going to leave 2. And that's all of his actions. Oh, supposedly, I haven't been counting that, but I can reroll 1 blank die with a pair of pistols. Oh well. And I've got 1 more thing for Hellboy. I guess I'll shoot. Okay. So he would have been all yellows with the bird. I only get 2. Can I do anything? If I roll a 2 on here and 2 here, let's just see what happens. Alright, so Hellboy's going to shoot his gun. It causes 5 damage, so if I hit it all, I can finish that harpy off. Okay, so it hits just barely. This would have been its resilience, but that gun adds 5, which would kill this thing off. So it's 1 less enemy to deal with, but he is going to have to reload this at some point. You know, it was a free action too, and I probably should have done this before I finished up. I'm going to dig for something useful. I'm just going to sort of do this while I can. Okay, so here's the thing. I was supposed to go from the bottom of the pile, so I'm just going to flip something from the bottom of the pile. And what do I got? I got a grenade. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and do it twice. Does that say once per turn? All right, I can discard this card and do it again, so I'm going to do it twice. And just see what we get here at the bottom. Oh, okay. Got a lucky charm. Flip this card to ignore all damage from any single attack. That sounds really useful. We're going to put that in play right there. And deep pockets is no more. That's probably all I'll need from these requisition cards. So just put them away. And with all the actions and everything done, I think we are to the rest phase. So if I decided to rest now, does this go away? If the two agents forgo their rest action, we can discard this card, which might be handy. We're going to go up. This means we're possibly going to go up twice on the Doom track, which we're kind of far away. I don't know if we're going to make it to A. We've only got like maybe one or two more rooms and only one clue here. So if there's a clue on both of those, we just barely maybe could make it up that track. I think it'd be really difficult. So I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Let's see. Will this go away if we rest? Discard this card and the markers if the agents take time. Otherwise, every end phase, another harpy is going to appear there. Let's go ahead and rest. Okay, it's kind of a waste because we're not kind of a waste. It's just going to make things a little bit easier. None of us need to heal, so it works out for this. We can take we can go ahead and discard this extra one on the resilience, which has been a real pain in the butt. Get rid of that. We get rid of this card, meaning that things aren't going to continue to spawn up here. That was going to be a pain. Two of the agents can't do anything, but one of them can, and I think the last one's going to investigate. I could either investigate or I could remove that bird. Let me refer to the rules real quick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my doom, my impending doom, and move it up for the rest action that we did. Two of these rested and got rid of that card. We have one more thing left. Basically, we have two choices. We could take this away and move up twice and go ahead and get another, move closer to the A, or we're all on it, so I can help somebody clear that, and we could do a secure action and clear everything out of a room, which would be both of these. I think that's more bang for the buck. I definitely don't want this around in the Doom phase because we'll be drawing cards for it. So we're going to just move these out. That's cleared. I get to flip this over for free. I believe it says for free when the agents take time, so I can get my backup sidearm going again. What about and for free, Hellboy can get his pistol back, so that works out good. And I think that's it. So that's the rest phase, and Deck of Doom. From the shadows, advance the impending Doom track. Use target priority to choose an agent, then spawn a minion A in that agent's area. All right, so using target priority, it's going to be him, which is going to be all of us there. Because we use target priority, everybody moves down. And we get a minion A, which is a little bat. Hey, little bat. All right, now it's the enemy's phase, and that bat's going to attack. It's using target priority, so I guess it's going to be Liz is who it attacks. Okay, no birds, so what has she got? Her defense is orange, so that's a 3 orange. And one of these dice here. I have to remember her. I think it's here. Alright, so that bat melee attack is for 5. This is the defense. Ooh. So she gets her defense will be 4. So she's going to take 1 wound. We take one of these wounds at random and we put it there. And when she gets wounded, her flames go up. Alright, and that's it. Let's see. Everybody gets their cubes back. Hellboy is the best at close combat. He's going to punch that bat. He's going to punch those bats. He gets the 3 red. And he gets to upgrade one of these for the Ancient Blade to a black. Die bats die. They got no resilience at this point. Oh. That sucks. So that comes up and takes away the 4. Leaving 3 damage. That's 3 health left on the bat. Just going to put 3 little dots here. Remember that that's that bat. Hellboy will attack again. And that would let me reroll, but there's no need to reroll. That bat is dead. Bats. Plural. Okay, he's got 1 more cube. He's going to throw that in to help dude investigate. So the lobster's going to take a look at the clue here. Be real thematic, and we'll just kind of like, there we go. Lobster's going to do that, and Hellboy's going to help him out. So this normal investigates orange. This would be normal with the goggles. It's this with Hellboy helping him out. It's that because Hellboy has the seen it all before rule, so he can upgrade 2 of the dice. Need a 6 or better to move it up twice. Alright, so this can be anything. So it could be 4. And we can make that times 2 or a 2 and get 6, which goes, boop, boop, moves it to here. Take another one of these. Don't know if that's going to help us later or not, but boop, start there. Make sure that's exactly right. You know, I don't think I moved that doom up like I was supposed to. I'll move it there. Okay, so Lobster Johnson's got 2 moves left. Liz still has all her moves left. This clue is gone now. And it's time to move on down here. Let's see what to do. Liz has the most actions left, so let's move her 1 action here. And she can investigate this, and let's see what we got. Oh, here's that last point of interest. We got another clue. Damn, a Sinister Bird, Minion B, Inferno. Oh gosh, and Eternal Flame. Basically, if there's not an Inferno in that last space on the end phase, another one's going to appear. So there's always going to be fire going now. Fire is one of those things you deal with at the end. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So point of interest means we're going to have a witch there. And now she's at a resilience of 4 since we dealt with that card. Make her a little bit easier to kill. And 2, we'll have a clue and a Sinister Bird. Damn birds. Here's a clue. So 3 is a Minion B. We haven't seen that before. That's a wolf. And the flame. A little Inferno flame. Eternal Flame right here. Okay. I've got 2 attacks with Lobster Johnson. I got 2 with her, or 2 potential actions anyway. So okay. I'm going to roll. I'm going to see if I can take out this wolf. His 4 health, resilience of 1. But with that bird, this has to change to this. Let's see how we do. 1 cube before I forget. Oh no! Sidearm is now out of ammo again. I'm glad I got to flip that over. And I lose a 3. It's a resilience of 1. So that's 4 damage. That's enough to kill it though. Still killed it, even with the skull. Very good. And she's got 1 more action. I'm not sure what she's going to do. But I know what he's going to do. He's going to go 1, 2 with his 1 action, and then he's going to do paired pistols with armor-piercing rounds. Oh, which she had that too. But that didn't matter. She still killed it. So armor-piercing rounds into the witch, which so that'll put her resilience at 2 because it is -2 to that. And that's going to be his last action, is to shoot at her. Let's see. So normally he would be 3 yellow to shoot. No, that's Hellboy. Normally he'd be 3 orange to shoot. His goggles would improve that to this, but then the bird takes it back down to that. Alright, so this is all going at the witch. Okay, so make this into a 2, resilience of 2. That means 3 damage. Oh, we left her with 1 health. Now wait, she has health 5, so she's got 2 health. She's got 2 health. She's got 1 action left. She's going to stoke her flames. I could move it 1 or 2. I'll just move it 1 in case I get some damage. And leave it at that. I'm afraid that's all we can do. Okay, now it gets really tricky. It's the end phase. I don't want to take time again, although now I have some stuff I could do that would be helpful. I have a clue and a thing. Oh, I don't know. I could just push this along. Let's see, if I take that clue, it would be 1, 2. I'd just be 2 away. But I'll be guaranteed. I'm pretty much guaranteed to only have 1 round left. I know the next 2 cards that come out of there are going to advance the Doom track. And I think I have to pull an extra card because of this bird. Doom phase. Advance the impending Doom track, spawn a minion A and a minion B in the start area. If the start area is no longer on the board, no minions are spawned. Well, it is on the board. And an A and a B. It's going to be these 2 things. Alright. Because there's a bird here, I'm going to do the next one. Oh, and this goes up 1. Carelessness causes fire. Advance the impending Doom track. Then use the target priority to choose an agent. Put an Inferno in that agent's area, which is Liz. If their area already contains an Inferno, choose an agent that suffers 1 damage instead. This is actually the best scenario because Liz is immune to fire. So that goes there. This goes up again. Thank you, bird. I hate those things. These are the worst. They're so hard to deal with. Also, in the end phase, we have to deal with this fire. Alright, so it's the end phase. Everybody's getting their action cubes back. There's Liz's. And you gotta deal with infernos. You basically roll a red die. And so this one here, alright, if there are any agents in there, they would take that much damage. And if it was a 3, it would start to spread. But I think with a 2, nothing happens. Alright, and for the other Inferno, 1, that would be 1 damage for Liz, but she's immune to fire. And he only takes 1. He's like semi-fire resistant. So that's it for the Infernos. Oh, actually, I think I missed something. That's the third point of interest. It says here, when all three points of interest in the play area, discard this card, then discard cards from the case file until you reach the Showdown, then flip it. Uh-oh. So I don't know if I was supposed to flip it before this attack happened, but let's go ahead and just do it now. Here's the Showdown. Move this card to the in-play area. Then resolve the card beneath it to set up the Confrontation. Once the Confrontation has been set up, read the rest of this card. Okay. Alright, so this goes to in-play area, and then we got... This is a Confrontation. Set it up as described on page 26 of the rulebook. Take the face-down deck of boss cards in the play area and draw 1. This is the boss for the Confrontation. Wow, really random there. The lead agent sets up minions as follows depending on the number of agents. Split as evenly as possible between the other areas of bosses. 2 agents, 3 agents. Alright, so we're right at the end, and I guess the time now to flip this board over and get ready for the Confrontation. Okay, so we flip the board over to start the Confrontation. This gets reset. This is where it was before. I think they were like this. This gets reset back to their starting values here. That determines who goes where. I'll put our little cabinet back together. We'll probably need these healing potions. And we're supposed to draw an enemy card to see who the boss is. Let's pick one off the top. And we've got Baba Yaga. I'm sure that'll be easy. So she goes there, but we'll have to set up a boss behavior deck that basically determines how the bosses work, and we're going to use these little icons to build her deck. So we'll be right back with that. Alright, so we've got her deck built. You'll see all the icons on the side here. They all match up to the little icons on the side of her card. We're just going to shuffle these up. Then they'll go right here, and that determines how the boss activates. Okay, so now we got the boss deck ready. Her health is what? Her health is 12. So we'll put her right here. Okay, so not super tough. I've seen them all the way up here. All right, her health is 12. Let's see if it's even possible to kill her though. And we'll take this. Oh, also we had 2. These sometimes don't matter. I have a feeling on this one we were just trying to get to that A and it didn't happen. But these go right here. And I guess we'll see on this card if there's anything else that helps us. Let's see what else we're supposed to do. Okay, here's where it gets fun. Set up the boss in the starting area. So Baba Yaga here is going to be here in the starting area with these other 2 monsters. If there are any face-down encounter cards on the board, the lead agent flips them all, setting them up one at a time. Okay, well, we only had 1 left, so let's see what's in here. A clue. I don't think the clue is going to matter now, but we'll put it down anyway. A minion A, so some bats. Oh, wait, so minion A, a Sinister Bird. Damn, another Sinister Bird. Oh, I hate the birds so much. Okay, Sinister Bird, and a minion B, which is a wolf. Another wolf goes down right here. If the Sinister Bird is still in this room at the end phase, replace it with a witch. Oh, okay. So we really need to get rid of this thing. Alright, she's actually not far from us. And these wolves can go pretty quick too. This is the point where... this is the point where things get kind of hairy. As you'd expect at the end of the game. We're about to be attacked by a bunch of stuff. Let's see how it goes. Oh, there's a little bit more on this card. For each point of interest on the board, increase the boss's resilience by 1. So that's +3 resilience. So she's going from a resilience of 2 to 5. Okay, resilience of 5. That's going to make her a little tougher. If there are 2 or more points of interest on the board, draw and resolve 2 boss behavior cards, one after the other. Oh, I wish I could destroy those points of interest. An agent in the same room as the boss can spend an action cube and an insight. Okay, so those 2 insights we got can do something. To speak words of power they have learned during the investigation, roll a red die. The boss immediately suffers that much damage. To complete the case, agents must defeat all the enemies on the board. So when they're in the same room, we can spend those 2 insights and 2 cubes to roll a red die and do that much damage to her immediately. I take that doesn't, with no resilience or anything played into that. Okay, put this up here in case we forget something. And it's time to start. Okay. So boss behavior number 1. Agents are in the area. Otherwise, the boss moves towards the nearest area that contains agents. Its exact path is chosen by the lead agent. If it moves into an area containing an agent, it stops and makes a melee attack. Alright, so she moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's number 1. And because there are 3 insights on there, she's doing 2. For the duration of the phase, its melee attack is increased by 3. She doesn't make melee attacks. Otherwise, set up a minion D in the closest area to Baba Yaga that contains any agents. For the duration of this phase, its melee attack is increased by 3. Oh my gosh. And a minion D would be a witch. Alright, so if she would melee attack, it says that she would move away and then shoot instead. But she's actually not. It's in the otherwise. So I'm going to just go with the second part of that, which is set up a minion D in the closest area. And it says for the duration of this phase, its melee attack is increased by 3. Okay. Witches have a melee attack of 4, but she's probably just going to shoot with her ranged attack of 5. Alright. So that's Baba Yaga. She's gone. So now let's see what else we got here. We go in order all the way across. So these the bat swarms have the cowardly tag, so they're going to move away unless there's an agent in there. They move away, so he's going to go there, and this one in the start area probably just stay there for the rest of the game. The next one over is a wolf. They move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is 1, 2, 3, and he'll attack. I've got 2 birds on here, so that's going to decrease poor old lobster's thing by 2, which means he's rolling a measly 1 dice, and this. So with a melee attack of 5 coming in, Alright, he takes 2 damage from that thing. Next up would be a witch, so we'll do this witch 1 here. Still attacking poor Lobster Johnson. He's really going to get it. We'll see if he lives through this. Witch attacking him. It's B.R.P.D. We're going to make that this 2 more damage. Oh gosh. He's about out of it. Alright, 1 more witch attack. He needs some luck here. 2. Okay, so 3 damage. Oh my gosh, he's just about out of it. -1 fight. -1 with the shield. And -1 cube. Ugh. Alright, so he is in rough shape. Definitely needs to heal. He does have field dressings. Spend an action to heal a total of 2 damage. And or from your agent and or another agent in your area. Then flip this card. Okay. So he's going to make a strategic retreat. He's going to move for 1. And he's going to take this guy with him so he doesn't have to take an attack. It's here. Then Hellboy is going to punch him. He's going to punch that wolf as he runs by. Again, Hellboy's normal roll is that. And then with the Ancient Blade would be that. But we've got a bird. And we've actually got 2 birds. So this is Hellboy's punch now. Dang. Alright, so 4, 5, 6, 7. The wolf has a resilience of 1, so and a health of 4, so that kills it. Dead wolfie. And he's going to take his last action cube, flip over his field dressing, and heal 2 damage. Just makes his fight a little bit less, which is fine. Okay, so Liz has all three of her cubes. I think she's going to go ahead and immolate. So let's see. She needs 1 cube to move. Just going to move here. And she's going to emulate, which is 2 cubes. Put an Inferno marker in Liz's area and each adjacent area, explored area, and then roll a red die. Each other character in Liz's area suffers fire damage equal to the score plus the living flame level, which is +2. Each character in adjacent area suffers fire damage equal to the score alone. After the attack, reduce the living flame tracker by 2. Okay, so when she moved, she was here, so she went 1, 2. I'm going to go like that instead. Then immolate, causing this to happen. Okay, there we go. So now there's fire everywhere. Roll a red die. Each other character in Liz's area suffers fire damage equal to the score plus the living flame level. So just an automatic hit plus the living flame level is 3. She only had 2 health left, so she is dead. And it says, each character in adjacent area suffers damage equal to the score alone. After the attack, release. Okay. Now it has a health of 4 instead of 5. I don't think this affects the bird at this point. It might in the end phase. Who's got stuff left? Hellboy does. And I think, what's Hellboy gonna do? Hellboy's gonna move in here. Boom, boom. And he's gonna take a shot with his pistol at this witch. Because of his downgrades and stuff, he's basically got one yellow die. He just needs to hit. Alright, so that's a hit. Her resilience is 2, which would counteract that. But the pistol does 5 damage. And so she is dead. Get her stuff out of there. And he's in the fire there with Liz. Everybody's just kind of burning. Her living flame goes back down by 2. And that is... yeah, he moved and shot, so that was his last 2 actions. Okay, so here we are at the end phase. And these flames automatically remove a Sinister Bird or a clue or anything like that. So those 2 go away, and that's good. That's one of the Sinister Birds out of there. But also, we've got to deal some damage. Hellboy's in jeopardy of some damage. 2, he only suffers, the max he can suffer is 1, because he has he's fire resistant. So here's his 1 damage for that. Then hers, she's fire resistant, but we need to see if they spread, so that one goes. Nothing there. This one. Ooh. Okay, that would spread to each adjacent one, but you can't have more than 2, and it's already covered, so I guess that's done. And then this last one over here, 2, but there's nothing there, so I guess that's it. Now once again, it's Baba Yaga's turn. Baba Yaga gets to pull 2 of these cards, lucky her. Let's see, in the boss's area, no. Otherwise, spawn minion A and minion B in the area closest to the boss that contains any agents. If there is no room, spawn them as close as possible to that area. So A and B, as close to her as possible in an area that has agents, so that's going to be in here. And her second card, set up a minion A in each area that contains any agents. Alright, so I guess I'll do one here and another one here. And it looks like she's setting up a nice shield for herself so she doesn't get attacked. We'll see if that works out for her. Alright, now it's time to attack. We start over here and then we work our way across. This bat's still scared. He's going to stay as far away as possible, which is the starting area. This one's going to move away. These bats, however, are territorial, and they're going to attack using target priority. They'll go after Hellboy. And because we use target priority, we'll move this like so. Let's see, do we do one at a time? Alright, so for the first bat, this is Hellboy's defense now with this thing. I do have the lucky charm. Alright, defending against the first bat. I got a reroll here. Okay. The bat has an attack of 5. I rolled a 5. First bat's nullified. Bat number 2, come on. I'm good. Alright, times 2 would be 4, 5, 6. I'm good. Oh, that was very lucky. Now we got the wounded lobster. making his save, which is very pitiful at this point because of this bird here. I gotta negate one of my dice. You know what? He's gonna spend. He gets his action cubes back. He's gonna spend one of these cubes to upgrade one of these and get a dice back. Come on, lobster. This could be anything. We'll make that a 2. That would be 3 points. And that. Oh no. -1 cube again. Okay. Now the wolves are going to attack. Target priority, well, let's just send them after Liz, I guess. So it goes after Liz. She's kind of tough. She's got a yellow because of the bird there. Right. Here's the wolf attacking Liz. Come in. 5 attacks. We'll make that a 2. And barely blocks it. Alright. And the next wolf's going to come in. We'll just send him after her too. Oh, 3, 4, 5. She's taking some wounds here. Did she not? Oh, she already had a wound. I missed that. Okay. And that's everybody. It's the hero's turn again. Alright, those 2 wounds she took, I forgot. This moves up each time she gets wounded, so it is back at a +2. Alright, it's definitely down to brass tacks here. Because he's -1 cube from damage and he spent an extra cube, he only has 1 action. He could use that for field dressing to try and heal some damage. Not sure what he can do there. I think what I'm going to do is Hellboy's going to leave. And I'm going to drag, so I don't have to take an attack. You know what? I'm going to leave 1. I'm just going to take a hit. That's an attack of opportunity on Hellboy from this thing. But I'm dragging the other one with me. I'm moving 1, 2. Alright. So that's my move. And I'm going to punch one of these bats. So normally I'd have a black here because of the ancient blade, but because of this stupid bird, 3 red, which still isn't bad. Come on, let's knock that bat. Oh, that bat is so dead. What, health is 6, okay. So health is 6, and then it's a very, very dead bat. Okay, I'll spend this last cube to attack this other bat. Ugh. So 4, 5, 6. Resilience of 0. Okay. He's dead too. Just barely. And with his 1 action cube, he's going to go boom, boom, and try to move over there, get towards these little healing things. So that's him done. Now we got Liz. Oh, Liz. Okay. Alright, Liz. We need to kind of multitask as much as we can. She's going to move. She's going to move 1. She's just going to walk right through that fire there. She's dragging both of these wolves with her. And then she's going to emulate again. 1 red die. Alright. Okay, she's right next to Baba Yaga. Got birdies, got dogs, Fire everywhere. A 2. Alright, so that's 2 damage. Plus 2 damage here. It's going to take this down. So that's 4 damage on these. That kills both of these dogs. They just burst into flames. And it's going to cause 2 damage to everything next to it, and also sets this room on fire. So Baba Yaga takes 2 damage. Boop, boop. And that ignores resilience or anything else. You just automatically, each character in an adjacent area suffers fire damage equal to the score alone. After the attack, reduce the living flame by 2, which I've already done. So Baba took 2 damage there. And that's the end of the agent's round. Okay, so end phase. Any birds that are in fire are gone. See why I did that? And anything that's left in a room with fire is going to take a roll for damage, except Liz, who doesn't get damaged by fire. So Baba Yaga takes 1 damage. She didn't like that. She's burning. And the bat, she doesn't take any damage. We got to roll for each one, though. So, well, on a 3 it would spread. There's nowhere for this to spread. It's already everywhere it can be. So I'm just going to roll for damage here. That's a 3 damage on the bats. So it's got 3 left. And that would spread it, but it's already everywhere. So I'm going to roll for this one. It doesn't spread. And that's it. We're down to the enemy phase, because there's no end phase or doom phase or anything. So go straight to Baba Yaga again. If there are agents in the area, discard. Okay, there's not. Otherwise, the boss makes a ranged attack against a visible agent. Oh no. Then it makes a second ranged attack against a visible agent within range. Use target priorities separately for each attack. If there are no visible agents within range, draw another card. So I guess she shoots twice at Liz. Okay, she's really pissed. And her ranged attack is 10. She's going to go ahead. She's going to go ahead and spend one of her action cubes to help defend that, and move this up to a red. Normally she'd have 3 orange, but she's going to take a red. And these, just try, because it's 10 coming at her. So I can make this anything I want. I'll make that 2. Where does that leave us? 4. So that's 6 damage. Oh, I think that kills her. So 5, let's see, 6 coming in. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then she attacks again. Oh, Liz. Alright, and her second attack, she gets another card too, on top of all this. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Liz is down. I'll put one of her cubes right there. She moves off to the side. We'll have to try to get her back in another round. She's kind of laying down there, writhing in pain. Baba Yaga's second card, because there are all these points of interest that for some reason don't burn. Discard this card, then shuffle the behavior deck, pile back, and then draw another card. Okay. 1 second. Alright, it's hard to shuffle two-handed, or one-handed anyway. So let's see what else we got. Spawn a minion A and a minion B in an area that is as far as possible from any agents, but no more than 1 room from the boss. Lead agent chooses the exact area. Okay, A and B is a bat and a wolf, so as far from the agents as possible. So it's going to be back here, I guess. Now the minions get to attack. The cowardly bats move away. Move away. Alright, so that's the bats, and the wolves move 4. Now, I'm going to say they wouldn't move through the fire, and it's probably closer this way, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Wolf is coming in for the lobster. But he can't attack because he doesn't have any ranged attacks. This bat's going to be moving kind of away from an agent, I guess, so we'll move him right here. And that's it. Okay, so now it's the agent phase. She can attempt to recover. She stands back up. If I roll no blanks, no blanks. Okay, I'll take it. She stands right back up. She gets her action cubes back. She had gotten attacked twice last time, so her living flame went from here when she emulated to there. I'd already marked that. All this stays. If she takes another hit, that would flip this over. Like if she takes any damage at all, she's dead again. So I think she's just going to go straight for the emulate. Oh, actually no. Gosh. You know what? I think what she's going to need to do is she's going to stoke her flames, and I can raise it by 1 or 2. I'm going to take it up to 3 here, and then I'm going to do a flame blast. Ranged weapon. This attack inflicts fire damage and adds the living flame level to the test score. After the attack, reduce the living flame track by 1. Okay. There are no birds now, so it's all red. She got nothing to boost it with because she stoked the flames, and then this is going to be to shoot. Baba Yaga has a resilience of 2 plus she also had a resilience for each point of interest. The resilience is increased by 1. So Baba Yaga has a resilience of, so that means Baba Yaga has a resilience of 5. I'm going to put a little 5 on her to help me remember that. Alright, Flame Blast into here, adding 3 to the roll. Oh, so that would be 6. Okay, she has a resilience of 5, so we'll just take this away. So now we've got 3 and 3. That's 6 damage to Baba Yaga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so close. So close. If that had been a 3 and a 2, this would be done. Just about. Kind of. Almost. Sort of. Alright, so she's completely ignoring these bats. What's happening over here, though? I think Hellboy's going to run cover for Lobster Johnson, so he's going to go 1, 2. And then 1 more, so that's 2 cubes. And then he's going to punch that wolf. Now that the damn crows are gone, I'm back up to my good fighting here. Yeah! Okay. So normally this would be great. Except that earlier we got the ancient curse that says the next time a B.R.P.D. is rolled during a test for that agent, treat it as a skull, then discard this card. So the good news is that's gone. The bad news is this is a skull, which means the 3 goes away, and I do 3 damage. Resilience of 1, 2 damage, leaving what? 4 health? 2 damage, no, 2 health. And he moved twice and punched, so he's done. Okay, so it's time for Lobster Johnson to come into action. He's going to shoot that wolf. And, oh, he actually has one less action cube than normal. I need to pull that aside. Okay, so he's going to shoot that wolf with his paired pistols. Normally he'd be able to upgrade one for his goggles, but Hellboy's in the way, so it's actually just going to be 3 orange this time. And so that's 2, 3. Resilience of 1 means he's dead. Okay, just barely, but he killed him. And he's going to spend his last cube to do field dressing. He's used this twice now, so spend an action cube to heal 1 damage from your agent. So it's going to flip this cube over. This goes back into the discard pile. Now everybody's taking their actions, and it's time for the end phase. Now in the end phase, each of these infernos is going to get a little fiery. Forgot to move his wounds over. All right. So this one here does 2 damage. She's just going to burn. Boop, boop. She's got 1 more damage and she's dead. This one here, 3 damage, kills him. These here really don't matter. This one here, 3, that means fire actually goes. So the fire's spreading around up here. And that is that. Alright, it's time for another showdown between Baba Yaga and Liz Sherman. Liz is burning her alive, and she's just kind of taking it for now, but let's see what happens. The boss makes a ranged attack against a visible area that contains the most agents. They attack each agent in the area. If there are no visible agents within their range, draw another card. So she's going to make a ranged attack against Liz. Liz has no hope of really defending it. She takes even 1 damage, and she's damaged. I guess we'll roll just for fun. She has to beat a 10. She doesn't. So Liz is down again. Put one of her cubes on there. Everybody's getting their action cubes back. And she draws another card. Otherwise, each agent within 2 areas of the boss is stunned. Okay, we happen to be far enough away to where that doesn't matter. Wow, got lucky on that one. That's the enemy phase. Luckily, all the enemies that are left are cowards. And this bat is just going to these bats are just kind of run around, do nothing. And now it's the agent phase. All right. At the beginning of the agent phase, Liz can try to stand back up by not rolling blanks. She stands back up again. Oh my gosh. Liz is just like unbeatable. See, this was supposed to go down by 2 when I immolated. Okay. And according to this, she gets all her cubes back. She didn't do anything to help defend herself, so I'm just going to give myself all my cubes back. And, you know, I think Liz is just going to wrap this thing up with a flame blast. Let's go ahead and finish her off, right? In fact, why not? Liz is going to flame blast with her +2. She's going to use her other 2 cubes to upgrade it. Since she happens to be standing here. So these would be all red, but she used 2 cubes to upgrade 2 of them. And then of course she's got her die. Don't roll that. Okay. Then she's got her die here. Finish her! She's got a 5 resilience to beat. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, B.R.P.D symbol can be whatever we want. I want to make that a ×2, making that a 6. And that's all we need to kill Baba Yaga. No! Oh, I'm melting. So bad, I'm melting. Fire, fire everywhere. And she is gone. Hellboy, you're kind of a coward on this one. Never even got to go get our healing potion. That was our plan. We were going to run around here, heal up, and come back and try to finish her off. That didn't end up even being an issue. Wow, what a mess. The end of every Hellboy game is a lot of putting stuff away. And this is no exception. There's literally crap everywhere. And it takes almost as long to put away as it does to pull out. Maybe a little less long because the setup for these can be pretty exhausting. I think I got most things right on this. I'm bound to have missed a rule or misinterpreted something. If you notice something, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll pin it if it's super bad, or I'll pin an addendum either there or in the description. I do think I missed like a part B of the minion setup. I don't think I set up these extra minions in here. So there should have been like, well, looks like 3 extra baddies to fight. And technically, I think I'm supposed to clear the whole board before it's actually done. But when it ended, there was just some bat swarms, so I decided just to call it there. But this was a lot of fun. If you'd like to see more games like this, be sure to let me know. I'd be happy to do another playthrough of a short game. A short game by yourself is actually felt more like a medium or long game, especially filming it as you go. But that was neat. I never battled Baba Yaga before. She was an interesting foe to fight against. And it was really neat for just kind of a random pull from the cards. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And feel free to subscribe. I make all kinds of interesting videos about different types of games that maybe you'll be interested in. That's all I got for you for now. I'll be back soon with more videos. Until then, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.